I searched up on the infamous website, and the first video that popped up was Tiana Trump on a construction site. I clicked the video, and then my Peter Johnson was on. My body's never felt this sensation. The hornball hormones were starting to develop. I grabbed the detergent lotion and went to work. I was giving my Peter Johnson a beat down. Bug crop of his ill spells. Peter had his final blows, and I did one more final stroke with the left, and he busted. I never seen this much throw come out of him. Gooning. And the forest epidemic that attacks all men, especially young men. I'm still a gooner to this day. Go Arsenal. Being a horny and want to release oozes at the Peter Johnson has been a downfall to a lot of men. Samson, Shannon Sharp, Diddy. A lot of young men struggle with being horny, especially whacking the chicken. It's so accessible nowadays. Back in the day, the unks had magazines, DVDs, VH1s. It was so hard to bust a nut back in those times because the internet wasn't popular like that. But now in 2025, with the internet now, it's so easy to get material. Pornhub, X, browsers, RedTube, Hentai Haven.
Nigga, what? Hentai Haven? We're naming prehistoric goons, man.
Chill. That's what I was saying. Having access to all these sites, it's so easy to fall victim to the goons. I've gone almost 6 years without whacking my Peter Johnson, but I'm going to tell you what I was into. I was only into one category. Tiana Trump. I've seen every Tiana Trump video that has ever touched the internet. One of my content creator goals is to collab with her one day. However, there's a time in my life where I fell into a deep dive of the goons that had cost me my basketball dreams and pretty much altered my life. We got to start this story all the way in summer 2017. I just graduated from middle school. I was going to a new school. I was a star point guard and MVP of my middle school team. This time of my life, I played like Clippers Chris Paul, OK SGA, nah, LGA, Loreno Gilgis Alexander. I still hoop to this day.
I'm a ball player. Feel like Shaggy Kobe beating on the Lakers.
I just feel like James Harden in his prime, bitch. I'm getting shit.
I'm like a James Harden, Halliburton hybrid.
Yo, you really have to stop talking about yourself and compare yourself to Shea, James Harden. It's actually ridiculous. And when you literally shoot the basketball with two hands, side spin, like the ball fucking rotates like the and it does.
Bros, it's not giving these niggas screen time, man. Anyways, I was training for the summer to prepare for high school basketball because the school I was going to was fresh out of state championship. I went to the basketball camp all summer and it just opened my eyes. There were kids my age, a little bit older than me, and even younger than me that were taller than grown-ass men. I remember my boy Martin being 16 but was already 6'7" doing reverse dunks at camp. These two kids, Carl and Greg, RPG baby, were 12 to 13 when I was 14, but were already 6'2" plus doing windmills and 360s. At this time, I was 5'2" and barely 100 pounds. I learned that there was two teams of high school basketball. The head coach said he already had his varsity team, but the JV team was wide open. So I would have the school basketball camp on Monday to Fridays, 8 to 3, and training on the weekend. I told my trainer AJ what I was seeing and learning, and he told me this summer to work more on my off-ball scoring and movement. He explained that I was a point guard that had the ball in my hands the majority of the time, but I'm probably going to a school that already had their point guard, so being able to hit open threes and play defense would guarantee me a spot on the team. So the whole summer, he had me do Clay and Ray Allen drills to prepare for tryouts. Out of 3 and D was definitely good advice because even though I was already better than them, I want to get the opportunity to play point guard, so only to be a 2 guard would increase my chances of making the team. The tryouts were 3 days. We were doing sprints, suicide drills, and 5v5 scrimmages. In the sprints or suicides, I'd either come in first or second place. I never messed up on the drill, and when it came to 5v5s, I only took 4 shots in 3 days, but I was 3 for 4, and I was 2 for 3 for 3. I wasn't getting the ball passed to me a lot, but I was a pest on defense, making the right plays. All my friends, including myself, thought I was going to make the team with ease. The last day of tryouts, me and 3 other guys were called into Coach Chris's office. We get in there and Coach immediately tells 2 of the boys he didn't make it and tells them why. He didn't make the team because he was a ball hog, never passed the ball, and only cared about offense, but wasn't even that nice to be moving like that. Peter didn't make the team because he was too short and was a defensive liability. He doesn't say anything to Steve Wong, he just tells him to leave the office, and now it's just me in there by myself. Coach Chris goes to me and says, Reno, you were amazing at tryouts. You gave 100% effort, had amazing defense, coachable, hit your shots when you got to shoot, great playmaker. I heard you were a point guard, but you showed a lot of promise as a 2 guard. The way he's talking, I'm thinking I made the team. I'm being buttered like a Hawaiian roll. But then he says, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you for the final spot. My heart was crushed. I asked why, made me think he's going to say something about my game while I'm going to improve on it. He goes, out the 4 players here, you were by far the best player, but we're giving the last spot to Steve. You see, Steve was a junior and a foreign exchange student, and after his final semester, he's going back to his homeland. He didn't want to be a water boy anymore, so we decided to give him the final spot on the JV team. Huh? I'm looking at him confused and asking, is he serious? But no, he was dead ass. The coach then says, we do have an option for you. You can be your team manager and still be with the team and sometimes practice, and maybe if someone gets hurt or leaves for another sport, you can play.
Come with me. I'm gonna take you right over here to where you got me fucked up.
Just felt so disrespected. Not making the team due to lack of ability. While politicking? I walked out the office sad as hell. I would get sad, but they had spring training, so I would do spring training for the JV varsity team. During the spring, just hanging out with upperclassmen, I got exposed to more things I wasn't exposed to in middle school. I had an upperclassman friend who saw I was always stressed and wanted to make the team and tried to put me onto something called beating your knee. He said he would do it to relax and satisfy himself. Pause. I never paid him no mind to his gooning ways, but one day I was home by myself, just stressed and bored. I remember what my friend suggested me and thought I'd give it a try. I searched up on the infamous website, and the first video that popped up was Tiana Trump on a construction site. I clicked the video, and then my Peter Johnson. My body's never felt this sensation. The hornball hormones were starting to develop. I grabbed the detergent lotion and went to work. I was giving my Peter Johnson a beat down. Bud Crawford vs. Errol Spence. Peter had his final blows, and I did one more final stroke with the left, and he busted. I never seen this much throw come out of him. He was puking like water, moving like the squirt of Pokemon. My body was in pure shock. I didn't move for 15 minutes. The whole night, I was giving Peter the beats. I went to school the next day and screamed to my bro up the stairs, "Yo, I just beat my meat for the first time." Everybody in the stairwell looked at me weird, and bro told me to keep things like that under wraps. So my whole spring semester would consist of school, training, P4, and beating my meat to an oblivion. During these peak goon times, I asked my best friend Devin if he participated in such activities, and he said he's been doing that. At this time, his phone was broke, so we were only emailing each other or texting each other at the time when YouTube had direct messages. We talk about regular boy stuff, anime, sports, but we talk about girls we liked and how we want to crack one girl at one school, or I wanted to clean up on aisle 7 from one girl, sending baddies left to right, regular guy stuff. Funny thing is, we were of course virgins who sound like E1 incels talking about women when women weren't even looking at us. Fast forward to the summer, out of nowhere, I stopped hearing from Devin. I guess he didn't have access to his computer or whatever. One night, I'm playing Fortnite late and I get a call from my dad. After asking how I'm doing, he goes, "Son, I have a serious question for you. Don't lie to me either. Have you been texting anything inappropriate to any one of your friends?" The way he worded it had me confused because I thought he was calling me a bot to you. Or asking me. So I told him no. He then does a deep sigh and goes, "Reno, do not lie to me. I'm trying to help you. Are you and your friends texting or emailing each other things or topics that y'all should not be talking about at y'all age?" Again, it isn't clear to me that he may know something, so of course I denied that me and the guys were. I can hear him shaking his head and he tells me goodbye. Right after he hangs up with me, my mom comes in my room and asks if I want to get Wendy's tomorrow. I just wasn't in the mood for it. She kept asking me to go to Wendy's with her for 2 days, and I just wasn't feeling it. The third day she asked me, in the millisecond I said okay, she gets her keys, we go on our way to Wendy's. When we get out the car, I notice a familiar car in the parking lot. All of a sudden, the doors of that car open, and I see Devin and his mom walk out. Right then it hits me. We're about to get hit with a goon, Rico. I'm looking at Devin as if the feds did a sweep on us, and he's just looking oblivious to what's going on. He goes to dap me up, and I whisper to him, "Come with me to the bathroom."
Pause, man.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be.
Yo, relax, man. Anyways, we walk back to Wendy's, and he wonders why I have this worried look on my face. I tell him that I think our messages have been leaked, and he doesn't believe me. We both noticed our mom kept begging us to go to Wendy's, which was suspicious, but we didn't know how they would know. We get back to where they're seated, and they're just sitting there with these stone cold looks on their faces. Just to give you a breakdown, Devin's mom is a respected lawyer in the city, and my mother's a corporate person in the medical field. However, that natural instinct for a black woman being detectives is like a fish being born knowing how to swim. When we sit down, my mom just asked us why they brought us here. We both said no. All of a sudden, both our moms pull out 4 copies of 11 pages each of the nastiest text threads you've ever seen out of their pocketbooks. His mom had 2 copies for her and Devin, and my mom had 2 copies for her and me. I don't remember exactly what was on these files, but I know it looked like an incel community on Twitter. The way those papers hit the table, you'd think they had the Epstein files on us. The threads were either me talking so vigorously about women, news, scent, anime girls, filthy work. We were reading the pages, and I could see my mom trying to stop herself from doing that Viola Davis crime. Apparently, how they found out that my email was on my mom's phone and she got a notification. Devin sent me an email, and she just happened to open it. When she opened it, she saw a naked anime girl, and she just continued to make a deep dive into our conversation and saw the files. She asked me, "Reno, you keep using the word T-O-P, top. What does top mean?"
When you see top, say data. Hold on.
She looks it up in the Urban Dictionary, and after reading the definition, she starts breaking it down. Devin's mom was more upset at him because he has a sister and other female family members, so he wouldn't want men to talk about them as he was talking about women. My mother, on the other end, she was just silently crying, and then she stopped. Then, you can see her charging up key, and once she's fully charged, she goes off. "Reno! I sent you to one of the best private schools in the city, and nothing has worked! I can't believe you talking so about money!" What if your grandma heard this? He break her heart! She was going in so hard. I was trying my hardest not to cry. The shame was getting too much. At the end of it, my mom goes, Devin, your mom and I realize this behavior of yours can't be stopped. So we're taking you both out of your respective schools and sending you to the local public schools nearby. I can't say the names of the schools she said, but the schools they mentioned were some of the most gutter schools in the Broward-Dade County area. My mother hands me a transcript and a class schedule from my new school, and she had sent me to one of the most bottom tier schools in Broward. When I saw the transcript, I looked at them both with tears in my eyes, and Devin's mom had the face of shock. She goes, whoa, I didn't actually think Riley's gonna go through that. Devin, I wanted to do that, but your sister goes to the same school, and it'd be too much taking you both to different schools, so you're saying. But mess up like that again, and I'll ruin it for the both of y'all. So when I look back at it, my basketball dreams got cut because of Gooning. We left the Wendy's and headed to our respective cars. Did I learn my lesson after this? No. But knowing my basketball dreams died led me to a deep depression, and I only gooned more throughout the years. It wasn't until COVID until I realized that I had to stop. So please, if y'all are still gooning, just stop. Put that lotion down, go in the real world, go touch some grass, and go get some ass. Triple R.
Oh God. Bitch, I'm back in it. Uncle told me whipping up a batch. Yeah, that